The battle against poverty moves on following a recent meeting held in Commerce where concerned citizens and organizational leaders like Bert Cooper attended. The Community Seeds Outreach organization based in Lone Oak, Texas, formed in 2009 and serves the economically disadvantaged and underserved people of the community. Bert Cooper said, "Together we can make a difference. We know there's poverty and we know there's great need." He says there's tremendous interest in partnering together to put a real boot on the ground in the effort.
Now it's time to take a quick look at some upcoming events here around the Commerce area.
Coming up this week, the Spring 2012 Hispanic Horror Film Showcase will be held in the Hall of Languages here at Texas A&M University Commerce on May 3rd from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
And Friends of Doctors Creek Park are having a catfish tournament May 5th from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Cooper.
And coming up on Main Media News, Commerce had another casino night for all the students to enjoy.
The Student Organization Awards had their celebration for their achievements for the 2011-2000 school academic year.
And the University Playhouse recently held a showing of their new play, Breaking Up is Hard to Do, here at A&M-Commerce. All of that and much more after the break.
Main Media News with your anchors Jordan Owens and Jasmine Trejo. Sports with Shagayla Petty and Chris Mangual with the weather.
Here in this office is we are the educational office that helps you enhance your professional development with employers and recruiters and enhance your network. We do that through resume consultations, career counselings, mock interviews. We do all of the job fairs. We do all of the networking nights. We are a three-pronged office in that we do employer relations, we do in-office services, and we also do career counselings and anything that will really help you enhance your portfolio.
Art is my love.
Art is her love. Art is life. What defines art to you? Visit the Texas A&M University Commerce Department of Art to help define it. Go and admire the hard work done by many students. Become part of the Department of Art to define your own art and unleash your inner passion. Visit them on campus or give them a call at 903-886-5208. Hello and welcome back to KETV Main Media News. A semi caught fire recently. The motorist tells KETR that they believe the 18-wheeler was carrying wood, which made the fire burst. Even more, the accident occurred around 6:30 p.m. Monday. The Department of Public Safety dispatch indicated no injuries had been reported, and it was unclear how the fire started.
Students took a trip back in time to the Roaring 20s at Casino Night in the Rayburn Student Center last week. Sponsored by CAB and Campus Recreations, the event offered several parlor games such as blackjack, roulette, and poker, all with the hopes of collecting chips to win prizes from goodie baskets to a flat-screen TV. In addition to the games, swing dancers dazzled the crowds with their ballroom moves. The event seemed to be a hit with the new university students.
Well, being that this is my first one that I've ever went to, I look forward to coming, next year and years after that, and years after that.
And even if the
I think so.
Students were able to enjoy the food and ambience of an old-time casino. Upstairs in the Sam Rayburn Student Center is where the annual Student Organization Awards celebration was held. News reporter Cordell Franklin has the story.
At the Sam Rayburn Student Center, the Campus Organization Committee were having their award celebration for all the voluntary organizations representing for Texas A&M-Commerce for the 2011-2012 academic school year. Graduation Assistant Mid Cadeval explains what's going on.
Actually, student organization, Office of Student Activities and Leadership, we celebrate student organization award ceremony every year. That would be in spring to honor the student organization and student organization leaders.
It was a great turnout of people who came to represent the organizations and their achievements. The men and women in the crowd who received their awards were grateful of their accomplishment. One of the recipients of the award, Latrice Owens, explains what the award she won was all about.
So tonight at the organizational banquet, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated won, one of our members, actually our president, won the Student Organization Member Award. After out of all of the other organizations, she won the award. So really excited.
So besides a plaque, was there anything else that was won?
We also won $200 from the SOAC organization. They were giving it as kind of like a charity type thing, and we won it. So we were really excited.
The student organization celebration turned out great. I'm Cordell Franklin signing off for KETV, Main Media News.
With A&M-Commerce finals just a week away, a fraternity here on campus held an event to give students a chance to kick back, relax, and enjoy a swim before the stressful week of full exams. The Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated fraternity held a beach party at the Morris Recreation Center swimming pool Tuesday night as part of their annual Kappa Week. The event began at 5 p.m. and continued on until 7 Tuesday night. A student DJ kept the crowd entertained with music all night. Hot dogs, hamburgers, and drinks were served to those who attended, and the basketball and volleyball courts, as well as the rec swimming pool, were open to anyone looking to have a good time. Kappa member Victor Foreman tells us a little more about the event and what Kappa Week is all about.
Basically, it's just a flyer of events. We have educational events going on as well. Sometime later on in the week. Basically, we cater to the women. You know, we like the women, so that's what we do there, and stuff like that. We just here to have a good time and serve the community.
Everyone is invited to join in on all of the Kappa Week events being held throughout the remainder of this week. The Kappa fraternity encourages any student who is interested in joining a Greek organization to speak to their current members and to attend Kappa events.
Early voting for the May 12th local and school elections began on Monday. Individuals throughout the region are applying for positions on the City Council, school boards, and hospital boards. It's too late for the May election, but there's still time for the Republican and Democratic primaries, which start on May 29th. KETR will conduct live election results for both dates once the polls close.
Breaking Up Is Hard to Do made its way to the A&M-Commerce Performing Arts main stage this past week. KETV Main Media News reporter Jasmine Trejo has the story.
The great music of Neil Sedaka is making its way to Commerce, thanks to the performers at the A&M-Commerce Theater Department. Preparations were well underway right before curtain call, with actors getting dressed and perfecting their costumes. I talked to a student involved with the musical to get information on how she thought the performance went on opening night.
Awesome. There was a lot of energy, and it was the first time we've had a crowd, so we were really pumped up, and it really just added. And opening night was actually one of our best performances.
I talked to Jim Anderson, the director, and he gave praise to all the performers. They were ready to get out there and showcase their talent in front of an actual audience. All was calm right before curtain call.
It was great. We had a wonderful little reception after the show on opening night, and we had large houses for all the performances, and the audiences seemed to really enjoy the show.
At the end of the musical, the audience was able to interact with actors while enjoying a few snacks and refreshments. The crowd congratulated its students for a job well done. The performers received a standing ovation for the musical. Breaking Up Is Hard to Do.
Just more fuel to the fire, man. We were just playing along. We were playing with people. When you connect with an audience member like that, you really want to play on it, and that's exactly what we did, and it just enhanced the show.
Opening night went really well for the performers of Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. The musical received a standing ovations. The theater department went out with a hit for this semester. I'm Jasmine Joe, KETV Main Media News. Greenville had a great day of fun this past Saturday with their annual Backstreet Bash. Music, food, cars, and crafts were all the different activities people could partake in this past Saturday. Backstreet Bash is an event full of different activities for people of Greenville to attend. There was even a Backstreet Bazaar where you could purchase arts and crafts, a Backstreet Bargains garage sale, and great live music by Shawn Michaels, Ricky Nelson, and Friends and Birthright Blues Project. The Hot Duty Jogs contained a 1-mile jog or walk for the pets and people to participate in. All the benefits of this event went towards the Morris Animal Cancer Foundation for Canines.
We're here at this event, and it's
it's to showcase dogs, basically like a dog show, but you know, it's free. You can come and donate, and it's to help bring awareness to canine cancer, to help cure it or to find new ways to slow it down or ultimately eliminate it, just like in humans. We'd really appreciate it if you would donate, you know, to make sure, because everyone needs their best friend, and canines are man.
The event also contains some basketball tournaments, drinks, and delicious foods to eat, jump houses for children, and a car showcase featuring vintage cars like the 1967 Mustang, as well as other classic cars. For more information on upcoming events in Greenville, go to greenville-texas.com. Hunt County served as a focal point in the latest Hopkins County Commissioners Court meeting, and the citizens of Hunt and surrounding counties may be affected by the decisions being made. For more on the story, we turn to Jordan Owens.
The state of Texas is currently undergoing a realignment process of its healthcare regions. Hopkins County voted to move into Region 1 with neighboring Hunt County. The new region also includes other surrounding East Texas counties, as well as southern counties such as Smith. Hopkins County Judge Chris Brown discussed how the move will affect Hopkins and Hunt counties.
But what it basically says is they're restructuring how they're giving money back for the uncompensated care or the Medicaid programs, and it affects all the hospitals, but it will have an impact on the counties.
With the realignment of the regions, counties must appoint one county to serve as the anchor for the region.
Then there is a hospital district that will be the anchor, and we're recommending that Hunt County be the anchor, and that Hopkins and Titus do an interlocal agreement with them that will help support them.
With the support from Hopkins County and fellow Region 1 counties, Hunt County would serve as the anchor for the newly structured healthcare and Medicare region. So, what does this mean for the citizens of Hunt and surrounding counties? Well, a more localized and patient-centered approach to healthcare, for one.
Ultimately, that's what you're talking about, is you're talking about the funding and the services and how tax dollars are spent and how they're appropriated.
Hunt and Hopkins County citizens may soon see a change in how their county governments and local hospitals receive state and federal assistance. I'm Jordan Owens, KETV, Maine Media News.
It's time to take a look at some events that happened this week in history, this week of April 29th through May the 5th. On April 29th, 1992, Rodney King trial verdict was announced.
On April 30th, 1789, the first presidential inauguration.
And a year ago today, May 2nd, 2011, Osama bin Laden was killed by U.S. forces.
Now let's go over to some weather. Chris, what do you have for us today?
Okay, thank you, Jasmine. As students around campus get ready for finals next week, we have some pretty decent weather approaching us. I have more details in your 5-day forecast coming up next, so stay tuned.
Through these halls, the Texas A&M-Commerce Music Department trains you in the art of vocal and instrumental music. Their goal of excellence is showcased in every note played and every key sung. You have the opportunity to work with experienced instructors to help develop your skills and perfect your unique sound. So if you have a true passion for music, come join us at Texas A&M-Commerce's Music Department.
Phi Iota Alpha is a new Latino fraternity on the campus of A&M-Commerce. However, their legacy runs deep.
Membership in Phi Iota Alpha is a lifelong commitment of the Latin American culture. It involves intellectual development, cultural consciousness, personal growth, personal achievement, and social awareness.
Although we're a new fraternity on campus, we do have a lot of events that are planned for this semester.
Watch for Phi Iota Alpha on your A&M-Commerce campus.
Hello and welcome back to KTV Maine Media News. I'm your weather reporter, Chris Manguel. And let's take a look at your state highs right now. As far as your state highs, we have some pretty good weather, pretty hot out there. Temperatures in the high 80s going up to the 90s. In Waco, it's 89 in Waco, about 80 in Dallas, 91 in Austin, 91 in San Antonio, so some really hot weather around our state. Now let's go to our state lows for tonight. And for our stay lows for tonight, the temperature drops down to the 60s, 70s. So let's take a look at that. 71 in Dallas, 69 in Waco, 78 in Austin. As you can see in San Angelo is 69, so some pretty little lower on the temperatures. But as far as that, partially cloudy tonight. So as far as that, some decent weather. Now let's go to our region around Texas A&M. As far as our region for Northeast Texas, region for tonight, it's going to be 71 in Dallas, partly cloudy, 69 in Fort Worth, and then in Terrell it's going to be 69, so some pretty cool weather, dropping down the temperature from the hot weather from earlier this afternoon. So let's go to the highs for Thursday. And for Thursday, for our highs, we have pretty much in the 80s, leading up into the 90 temperatures, so high 80s, 88 in Fort Worth, 89 in Dallas, 85 in Terrell, then 87 in Sherman. So we have some pretty hot weather for tomorrow, for Thursday. Now let's go to the lows. And again, partially cloudy for Thursday night. As you can see, we're in the 70s, 78 for Fort Worth, 78 for Dallas, and 69 for Terrell. Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. And for your 5-day forecast for Thursday, it's going to be partially cloudy, temperature around 87. For Friday, 85, really nice weather. And for Saturday, it's going to be, highs are going to be in 86, lows 68. Sunday is going to be 86, lows in the 67s. And for Monday, to end off your 5-day forecast, we're going to be in the highs of around 85, so some pretty good weather approaching us, getting ready for those finals. Now let's go to some sports. Shigela, what you got for us?
Thank you, Chris. When we come back from the break, find out what happened at the Volleyball Intramural Championship, and also get in on details about the upcoming football season. More when we come back.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kent Montgomery, Planetarium Director at A&M-Commerce. Looking for an out-of-this-world experience? Have you ever wanted to visit another planet? Well, look no further. Yes, that's right. You can travel the outer galaxies without even leaving your seat. Come experience an all-senses-filled presentation about anything and everything about stars, planets, solar system, and let your imagination be the limit. Don't get bug-bitten by sitting in your own backyard waiting for the next shooting star to pass by. Instead, come get an action-packed show with meteor showers and even black holes. The planetarium has a 40-foot dome and a Digistar 3 all-digital projection system, which fills the dome with sights and sounds beyond imagination. The planetarium's 87 reclined seats immerse the audience in a space environment filling their vision and appearing to take them beyond the confines of the Earth. You can make reservations by visiting our website or calling us at 903-468-8650.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm here with Israel Hughes, correct? One of our football players, cornerback.
Cornerback, right.
All right, so tell us about this spring football game that you all just recently had a couple of weeks ago. How was the performance during that game?
Well, the performance was a little bit as expected. It started off sluggish, it started off slow, but we started to pick up the pace throughout the course of the game. The spring itself was just a struggle in itself, getting started at first, you know, with the new incoming guys, you know, just teaching them the system, getting them to understand the playbook and just the new techniques that's applied. So, I mean, the outcome and the end result was pretty good.
Okay, so I know that last year you guys didn't have as good of a season, and so how is the student support for this game versus last year with how everything was going?
Well, student support is predicated around, you know, the success of the football program, obviously. The turnout for the spring game was pretty surprising to myself and, you know, as far as the football team, because based off last season, as you may know, we went, you know, had a 1-9 season. We didn't exceed expectations that we would have liked it to exceed, you know, so it showed that, you know, people still support us, and it gave us the encouragement that we needed to perform. Like I said, we started the game off slow, and with the fans getting involved and the students getting involved, it put pace into the game. So, you know, it's pretty good.
Okay, and so from having that spring game, is there anything that you feel like y'all need to work on in the playbook to enhance what you guys are doing for the upcoming season that y'all are having?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, because just judging off last season and how the spring game, we did make progress in the spring, but we still have quite a bit to go. We have to like you said, get more so defined in the playbook and most definitely in technique. We have a new coach, Coach West, and just on the secondary end, speaking from my position myself, just the techniques that he's been implementing, the things that he's been constantly like touching on, you can see the results just in the spring game alone. In the spring game, the secondary had 4 interceptions, and that's just in a matter of a few plays. So we're making progress. So the more we get, in depth into the playbook, and the more we start, sharing knowledge as far as techniques and just the game itself, everything will be pretty good.
All right, and before you go, one more question. Is there any upcoming or rivalry teams that y'all are waiting to face or, come back and say, we ready now?
Right, well, the proper answer would be everybody, but truth of the matter is that there are a couple of games that we are most definitely looking forward to playing based off last season again. We played a lot of teams who had a terrible season, and a lot of teams that we fell short of, we really, not to belittle them, we felt like our competition level was much higher. There's one game in particular that I'm really looking forward to. That's the Cowboy Stadium game against Midwestern State, which is a pretty good football team. But I have a chip on my shoulder in that game because we really got embarrassed that game, and we lost one of my close friends and one of our premier players in that game to a season-ending injury. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be looking forward to that game also, and thank you for coming out here and giving us these great details about what's coming up.
Thank you for having me.
Now, before the school year can come to a complete end, the intramural athletics held the final championship of some of the popular sports. The volleyball 4-on-4 tournament was one in particular. There were preliminary trials that took place, knocking the defeated team out at the end of each round, and the 2 remaining teams, Kiss My Ace and EAD Bro, were the leading competitors at the end of each round that they fought in after sending the others home. This means only the best of the best was left to compete for the winning prize, intramural championship shirt, and of course those well-earned bragging rights.
I'm going to say we came out here, we were pretty confident. We were confident in our own skill, our own ability.
Competing and having fun without necessarily having to be on a team, the intramural sports could be for you. Other sports outside of volleyball like softball and flag football happen throughout the season, and this is only one of the many championships that you can enter into for free. Thank you for tuning in for sports. I'm Shagayla Petty, and keep watching us.
Thank you, Shagayla. We would like to thank our guests for coming in today. This is the last newscast for this semester, so on behalf of everyone here, thank you for tuning in and have a good summer.